Flying World in Connecticut came to a halt today, and a trusted member of the aviation community shared his thoughts with us. The scene now indelible, a vintage B-17 in flames on the grounds of Bradley International Airport. And this tragedy has hit the heart of the aviation community in Connecticut.
It is a tragic day.
Bob Stangarone is a board member at the New England Air Museum, right off airport property. Stangarone is a seasoned pilot, aviation exec, with a wealth of knowledge about aircraft history. We met him in Farmington soon after the news of the crash.
Certainly our hopes and prayers are with the individuals who may have been involved in the incident.
Stangarone told us more about the plane known as the Flying Fortress, some of them still aloft over 70 years later.
Yeah, there are some risks involved that you wouldn't see today, because today's airplanes are relatively so safe. Back then, they were designed for volume production, and it was a war effort and everything had to get out.
Years ago, I took part in a media flight aboard one of the few flying B-17s. It was loud and lumbering, and something you don't forget. And with all the victims' families in mind, Bob added, the flying world is at a loss today.
We feel it on a personal level. It's very sad. I mean, people are involved, and that's the saddest part. But also, these airplanes have been around a long time, talking about the vintage airplanes. And it's pretty sad when you lose one of those, because they don't come back.
And the New England Air Museum currently houses a vintage B-29 that's been restored. It does not fly. That plane is the successor to the B-17.
And Jimmy, we were talking about this because you have been on a plane like this. You had plans to be on this one that's involved.
Well, we were invited
crash.
to go on this next Thursday. Being that I had been on one before,
right.
I don't know if we were going to go up, but yeah, I'd been on the B-17 before. It was a number of years ago, like we said in the story. And, it was an unforgettable experience. I mean, it's loud and lumbering, and you just never forget the state-of-the-art technology from 1945.
Yeah, and this is the reason it wants to make sure that, the public has a chance to see those types of planes and, what was used during the wars.
Right, and they use a lot of these flights to honor veterans from past wars. The day I went up was with a Tuskegee Airman.
Yeah.
I mean, you never forget these experiences. It's a huge loss for the community, and certainly the aviation community is such a tight community that it hits them the hardest.
Sure. Well, it's a beautiful and majestic plane in the air, looking at the video that you shot during your stories. Jimmy, thanks very much.